Hey, what is up? My name is Migdad. I'm a practicing physical therapist, athletic trainer, and avid fitness enthusiast. I'm currently training for Hyrox, so trust me when I say I know how important it is to maintain consistency with your training. So, Ramadan's here, a month of spiritual growth, discipline, and community. But if you're someone who trains regularly like me, you're probably wondering, how do I maintain muscle mass and strength during the entire month of Ramadan? Here's the truth, and it's backed up by peer reviewed studies. You absolutely can maintain muscle mass and strength during this entire month, so you can keep and maintain your gains. In this video, I'm breaking down the science-based strategies from various studies conducted specifically on people fasting during Ramadan. We're talking about exact training protocols, nutrition, the kind of training, type of weight, and everything, and the most efficient exercise to prioritize, especially when your energy is low. As a PT who's worked with athletes during this month and who's also gone through this process himself, everything I'm sharing today is based on science and research, not bro science. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Alright, first things first. Let's quickly understand what's actually happening to your body physiologically during the month of Ramadan. When you're fasting for 12 to 16 hours daily, your body goes through some adaptations. Your glycogen stores, that's your muscles' own carbohydrate source, gets depleted rapidly. Your insulin's level drop, and yes, there is some muscle breakdown. Now, I know what you're thinking. Great, so I'm going to lose all my gains. But here's the key finding from multiple systematic reviews, and this is important. Muscle loss during Ramadan is not inevitable. In a 2020 systematic review where 7 out of the 8 studies showed preservation of lean body mass when people continued resistance training during fasting. There's another study in 2024 published in Frontiers in Nutrition compared two groups of Muslim men during fasting performing resistance training during Ramadan. One group trained while fasting in the afternoon and the other group trained after they broke their fast. Both groups maintained their muscle mass, but get this, the group that trained after their fast actually improved in muscle strength. So what does this tell us? Training matters, timing matters, but most importantly, it's all about training smart, not just hard, and timing your nutrition strategically around your training and eating windows. Let me show you how to exactly do this based on the research. Let's tackle the biggest question first. When should you exactly train during Ramadan? Now, as someone training for Hyrox, I had to think about this a lot. You've probably got 3 options here, and the research is very clear on this. Option 1, train before Iftar. That's about 30 to 60 minutes before sunset. But training in a fasted state, but you can refuel immediately. Option 2 is train after Iftar. You probably wait for 1 to 2 hours after breaking your fast. Then you'll train with some food in your system already. Option 3 is train after Sehuri. You train early in the morning, sleep, and then fast. This can work, but it's tough to recover if you can't eat after training. Now here's what the research actually said, and this actually surprised me when I first read it. That 2024 study I mentioned earlier from Frontiers in Nutrition, they compared these exact 3 scenarios with 40 Muslim men during Ramadan. Group 1 trained between 4 to 6 p.m. fasted. Group 2 trained between 8 to 10 p.m. after eating. Both groups did the same exercises: squats, deadlifts, bench press, pull downs, 4 days per week for 8 weeks. The results? The fed group, those training after Iftar, showed significant increase in squat and deadlift strength. The fasted group, they maintained their strength but did not improve. The researchers concluded, and I quote, training in a fed state during Ramadan might be more effective than fasted state for an enhancement of maximal strength. So for most people, and I include myself in this, training after Iftar, 1 to 2 hours after Iftar, can be beneficial in strength, performance, and improving your strength and muscle mass. Alright, so now you know when to train. Let's talk about how you should train. Here's the evidence-based protocol that comes from multiple studies and from a PT's perspective. This makes complete sense biomechanically and physiologically. First off, you don't need to be in the gym 6 days a week during Ramadan. Research shows that 3 to 4 days a week is sufficient to maintain muscle mass. You're going to reduce your training volume by 20 to 30% compared to what you normally do. So instead of doing 4 to 5 sets per exercise, you're only doing 3 to 4 sets. Quality over quantity is your mantra this month. Now, for someone like me training for Hyrox, I'm focusing more on maintaining strength during Ramadan rather than building it or increasing my conditioning volume. And that's all right. We're playing the long game here. Now here's the key. And as a physical therapist, I cannot stress this enough. You need to keep the weights relatively heavy. The studies use 75 to 85% of 1 rep max. Focus on that 6 to 12 rep range for your main lifts. This maintains the strength signals to your muscle without creating that excessive fatigue. A 2023 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that maintaining training intensity, even when you're reducing volume, was key to preserving muscle mass during Ramadan. From a clinical standpoint, this makes perfect sense. Your muscles need that heavy load signal to prevent atrophy. If you drop the weight too much, your body has no reason to maintain that muscle mass. Prioritize strength training over cardio this month. Compound movements are going to be your best friend. Keep your rest periods short, 60 to 90 seconds, and this keeps your workout efficient. Save those long cardio sessions for after Ramadan. Why? A 2020 systematic review found that excessive cardio during Ramadan fasting, especially in a fasted state, increases the risk of muscle loss if your protein intake is inadequate. And we don't want that. So if you only have 30 to 45 minutes to train, and let's be real, between work as a PT, content creation, and life, that's probably all you have. Here's what research shows gives you maximal muscle activation. You'll find the document in the description below. These compound movements work multiple muscle groups at once. Maximum efficiency. And honestly, these are the kind of exercises that I see the best carryover with in my Hyrox training anyway. Here's a sample week based on the actual recommended protocols, and this is what I'll be following. You'll find the document in the description below. That's it. 3 focus sessions per week, 35 to 45 minutes each. Multiple research studies confirm that this is enough to maintain your muscle mass and strength during Ramadan. You don't need to do more. In fact, working more might actually work against you. Trust the process. Alright, so training is only half the equation. Let's talk about the nutrition piece. Because you can't outtrain a poor diet, especially during Ramadan. Your eating window is compressed to about 8 to 10 hours between Iftar and Sihori. Here's how to make it count based on the research. Priority number 1, protein. This is non-negotiable. Multiple studies confirm that adequate protein intake is the most important factor for maintaining muscle mass during Ramadan. Research published in 2024 analyzing intermittent fasting found that when protein intake is maintained at adequate levels, muscle protein synthesis rates are not impaired, even during fasting. You need 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. And some experts even recommend going up to as high as 2 grams per kilogram during Ramadan. If you weigh 75 kilograms, that's 120 to 160 grams of protein daily. Can you hit that in a compressed eating window? Yeah, but it requires strategy. Refer the document in the description below to look at exactly when and what to eat. Alright, listen up. This is critical. Research on Ramadan fasting consistently show that dehydration is one of the biggest performance killers. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Sports Sciences found that even 1 to 2% body weight loss from dehydration can impair both physical and cognitive performance. For a non-active adult, 12 hours of fasting can result in about 1% body weight loss in water. Add training to that and you'll be looking at 2 to 4%, which will hurt your performance and recovery. The solution? Between Iftar and Sihori, you need to replace 150% of the fluid you lost during the day and training. A 2024 study on female athletes during Ramadan found that those who consumed adequate protein and focused on electrolyte-rich hydration maintained their performance significantly better than those who didn't. Alright, a few more science-backed tips to optimize your Ramadan training. And these are things I'll be implementing myself. Research on athletes during Ramadan consistently show that sleep quality and duration are often compromised. A 2021 study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research found that sleep disturbances were one of the main factors affecting athletic performance during Ramadan. Your sleep schedule will change, and that's a reality. But prioritize getting 7 to 8 hours total sleep, even if it's split. A 2020 study specifically recommended to take a nap between training and iftar to reduce fatigue. Even 20 to 30 minutes can significantly improve recovery and performance. Alright, so here's the bottom line. Backed by dozens of peer-reviewed studies, Ramadan does not have to mean losing your progress. And the research is clear. With smart training, 3 to 4 focused sessions per week, compound movement, reduced volume but maintained intensity, 75 to 85% of your max, you will maintain your muscle mass. And with strategic nutrition, hitting 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram daily across 3 to 4 meals, staying hydrated with 2.5 to 3 liters of water plus electrolytes, and never skipping Sihori, you give your body everything it needs to preserve your gains. Multiple studies confirm this works. Real research, real results. This month is about discipline in all areas of life. Apply that same discipline to your training and nutrition, and you'll come out of Ramadan just as strong. If not, stronger in mind, spirit, and body. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments what your biggest challenge is during Ramadan. Are you going to train before or after Iftar? Let me know your plan. And if you want the full list of research studies I reference in this video, I'll link them in the description below. If you're looking for more functional training content, especially Hyrox specific stuff, I've got some videos that I'll link up here that you might find useful. Train smart, eat smart, and Ramadan Mubarak.